It's the game of the week. Brought to you by Quit Now Montana and My Life, My Quit. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Opportunity Bank.
We follow pizza drivers and make sure their customers get a Pepsi.
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
That's the perfect combo.
Hey.
Get off your...
Show off.
Mountain Dew.
Montana, a place of rugged beauty, hardworking people, and endless opportunities. And for over 100 years, Opportunity Bank has been here. As a Montana bank with a legacy of stability and service, we understand what it takes to build a future in this place you call home. So if you're looking for a bank that's as Montana as you are, come to Opportunity Bank of Montana. Of Montana, by Montanans since 1922. Member FDIC.
What I love about Rocky Mountain College would be the opportunities that are available for all of our kids, all of our students. And just recently, I was hired as the Director of Indian Education for Billings Public Schools. So community to me means we belong. Everyone belongs here. It could be every individual from any type of background. I think that's the biggest thing, is just that sense of belonging.
And welcome everyone to Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls. Rocky Erickson alongside Brian Crosby. This is the 2025 Frontier Conference Tournament, and we are officially underway. The Skylights of MSU-Northern up against the Ore Diggers of Montana Tech. Skylights in the dark uniforms, Tech in the white, and rebound pulled down by Mayer. She won a special award before they introduced the starters, as she was named the team's champion of character. And congratulations to her. Forner won it on the other end, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Humphreys.
First possession for Montana Tech, wants to establish inside. Offensive foul, tough look here. They had the mismatch they wanted, but it didn't quite work out.
Well, Humphreys leads the team in every category almost. Scoring, assists, rebounding, and steals. Tech won all 3 games when they played this season, and boy, how hard is it to beat the same team 4 times in a season. Taken away by Mayer. Mayer's going to go coast to coast.
Nerves early on, you can tell both sides not getting very good looks. Defensively, though, Tech is forcing 2 early turnovers.
Mayer almost had another steal. Trottier with it down low for MSU Northern. Tech head coach Jeff Graham, his 3rd season, and the first 2 years did not have more wins than losses, but this year they do, and there's a 3, and the Skylights are on the scoreboard first. Trottier, her 26th 3 of the season. And man-to-man defense for the Skylights. Rademacher with the 3.
That's a big bucket for her, not known as a great three-point shooter. Tech on the season actually one of the, I would say, worst three-point shooting teams in the conference. They definitely take less than anybody else.
Rademacher, that's just her 15th 3, and that's going to be taken away. Hankwitz on the steal.
You know, you talk about having to beat a team 4 times. We were talking to Jeff Graham before the game. He said it's happened to him when he was at Belt. Highwood won back-to-back state championships in 06 and 07, and they went 4-0 against his Belt Huskies. So it's an interesting problem to have. The Frontier Conference setup kind of forces that. This is the last year that's going to happen, though.
I told Jeff before the game he's getting the hang of this college coaching after going 358 and 42 as the Belt coach, winning 90% of his games. And Mayer Down low, Montana Tech has the lead. High-low, broken up by Humphreys. You know what's amazing this year? We come into the tournament, only one women's team is nationally ranked.
Yeah.
Providence ranked 21st, and they did not even win the regular season conference title. Normally you have 3 or 4 teams ranked.
Yeah, and they actually got off to a really bad start. I think they lost their first 3 conference games.
Next year is going to be a totally different story when we go from 16 to 12.
Yeah.
Diggers out on top early in this game. Trottier tries to set something up for Northern. Somebody told me the other day they're the best 3-win conference team of any conference in the nation.
Yeah.
And a whistle and a foul. And that is going to be an offensive foul against the Skylights.
On the rebound, must have got contact with the head. I would say defensively, Tech, obviously you know what someone's going to do. You play them 3 times, so definitely a good scout and a good opportunity to know. And there's a good example where turnovers forced just because of bad communication.
Jeff Graham, he has 13 players on his roster from Montana. Boy, you got to love that.
Yeah, and he plays a lot of them. You'll see sometimes a 5-person rotation, a platoon system, but they'll run in, they play hard, and that's the thing too. If you want to play, you play hard, and you earn those minutes.
Northern a 2 to tie, and a 3 would give him the lead. Trottier gets it out. Melcher can't hit the 3. Offensive rebound. Trottier's wide open, and what a pass by his Badbear.
Tech switching almost everything, and that's going to lead to some weird mismatches, and they got one there, and they got an offensive rebound and a score.
Wandering tries to drive, back out. Hankwitz lost the handle, goes up strong, and she'll shoot free throws. She's only missed twice this year, but she's only taken 15 attempts as well.
Which surprised me with the way that Montana Tech plays offense. Constantly downhill. Like I said, they don't take a lot of threes. Everything's going at the rim. You think they would definitely have a lot more free throws, especially one of their better players like her.
Well, this is going to be a dogfight. January 9th in Butte, Tech won 65-55. January 23rd in Butte, Tech won 67-59. February 8th in Havre, Tech won 74-62.
And they were definitely funny games. All 3 games, the second quarter killed MSU-Northern. So it'll be interesting to see. Every other quarter, they basically won.
Full court pressure put on it by Tech. Skylights. Moran will bring it up. Skylights come in averaging 59 points a game. That's a wild shot.
Good help defense by Carlson.
Carlson's going to go coast to coast all the way down to the baseline. Double teamed, in trouble. It's going to get it taken away by Forner. And here come the Skylights back. Forner behind her back. Swings it around. 3 on the way for the lead. Yes! His bad horse. Her 25th 3. She has started every game this year for the Skylights. And MSU Northern out on top by 2. Hankwitz tried to force it. And luckily Watson came up with it. Brian, Watson has made her last 5 3-pointers coming into this tournament. And you know I just jinxed her.
Yeah, you did, for sure. Those are tough fouls there. It's a hustle foul, bad horse.
Chris Mowat in his 20th season. How about the job he does with Hoops for a Cause? That is fantastic.
It is, and he's a good, not only a good coach, but a good guy. And you know, the thing about it is if you play somebody 4 times, there's going to be some wrinkles, and I know he has some. And the biggest thing right now is just defensively.
And Montana Tech, an unforced turnover. Well, next year they will not have to play each other 3 times during the regular season and beat each other up and not have a great win-loss record. Melcher, long lead. Moran misses the layup. And they scramble. 3-4 hit the deck. No whistle. And Tech comes up with it. Wow. Mayer up strong. That's Wongeren, and no foul. They're letting them play, Brian.
They are. Verticality.
Wow.
Yeah, well, pretty good defense. Got back, build a wall. I think being vertical is the key on that one.
Tech down 2 with the ball. Humphreys backs away and another steal. Melchior will bring it back. Melchior with the drive. Dishes off on the inside. And Kars with the finish. And the Orediggers out on top 10-6. Rather, Northern out on top 10-6. Here in the first. And Hallie Haber from Billings West with the layup. Inbounds is going to be taken away by Watson.
Little pressure off the out of bounds play, or off the make, and Tech's already played 9 players. They're going to play fast. They're going to pressure. They're going to make it difficult.
With position, Wongeren no, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound. That's going to go against Hallie Haber. She played in that great Billings West team a year ago. 2-point game. We're back with more right after this.
AMI is advanced metering infrastructure. We can talk to the meters can talk to us. So we're able to be very proactive in making sure that customers have reliable and stable power.
We actually are stopping outages from happening by looking at the data coming back from these meters.
That's the overall goal, is to provide our customers a safe and reliable solution that's cost effective, and this is the start of that.
For more than 85 years, D.A. Davidson has strived to build relationships and trust. From our first office in Montana to each of our 70 locations spread out coast to coast, we're on the ground and in your neighborhood, combining the values of a local partner with the capabilities of a national institution. We achieve strong outcomes based on mutual success, planning for future generations and building legacies that endure together.
Well, Brian, we've had a wild first 5.5 minutes so far, up and down the court. It's been exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're Montana Tech, if you're Jeff, you push tempo. They've already played 9 players, which is not uncommon for them. Skylights from MSU-Northern have had to match that, probably go a little deeper into the bench than they wanted to early on, but you're going to see pressure from Montana Tech, hopefully wear down. MSU-Northern's got to be their plan.
And here comes the full court press right here. Williamson in the game for the first time from Malta. Boy, they've had some great players in that program.
Yeah.
Melchior. Wide open. Three's not going to drop by Was. And Tech wants to run again. Wasson. All the way down to the baseline. Humphreys has position. And this game is tied again. Humphreys leads the team, averaging more than 13 points a game on the season. Williamson to the baseline. Was turns, fires, blocked, but Hallie Haber from Billings West will get the foul. Well, West High had a great team last year. This year, Billings West, they've had 8 Mercy Rule games. They start 6-3, 6-3, 6-1, 6-1. Girls basketball.
Well, that's why I'm sitting here, to be honest with you. Just the job that the program that Charlie built over the last couple of years, Charlie Johnson, and obviously they've continued it. And, I think, Hallie's an example of the type of player that Jeff wanted to recruit and targeted with their turnaround. 6 foot, athletic, and you'll see they all play hard. If they don't play hard, they don't play, and it's tenacious. When you play 9 players and you're comfortable with that, then you definitely have a chance to do what they're doing, which is to pressure and get after MSU-Northern and wear them down, frankly.
Rademacher, dribble drive, glass, no, offensive rebound. Humphreys trying to get free. Nice turnaround, Rademacher.
Great job of playing off at 2 feet. Had a little bit of a speed advantage, but a height disadvantage, and went to the rim. And great move. Playing off the 2 feet is such an underrated skill.
Long in the game for the first time for the Skylights of MSU-Northern. Williamson with it up on top. Moran gets the baseline. Back out. Cass, yes.
Good patience from Northern on that possession. Tech switching everything.
And a block by Was.
Good job of getting downhill from Wasson. Great defense, good position, good verticality.
Wide open on the inbounds. Hankwitz can't get it to drop. Another offensive board. Wow, that is impressive.
Especially the smallest players on the floor with Carlson only 5'8". But size erases a lot of problems.
Moran kicks it out. 3 on the way, and count it. Was again. Back the other way. Whistle and a foul. It's going to go against MSU-Northern.
Hallmark of a Jeff Graham team is the dribble drive concept, and here gets some depth, and then all of a sudden Meyer with a stutter step move and gets to the free throw line. They play downhill so well. They just go, 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 and you'll notice as they do this, the drives get deeper, 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 and that leads to a free throw attempt.
And there's the man, Jeff Graham. In 2018, when he was the head coach of the Belt Girls, they went 24-1 and did not qualify for state. You know how hard it is to qualify for state in Class C?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's impressive. And the job that he's done, learning the college game, it's been a couple-year adjustment. They were picked last this year. And
Moran will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, they were picked last this year, and really with 2 weeks to go, they had a chance to earn one of the top 2 seeds. So the job that he's done is impressive. Just, I think his energy is infectious, and you can tell with his team. And I think the biggest hallmark of a Jeff Graham team is how they defend. It's just pressure, 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 and you see that with this Tech team.
Are you saying defense is important?
Well, I think it wins championships is what someone told me one time.
And the lead is now 6 for the Skylights. The Skylights lost to the Ordigers 3 times during the regular season. They went just 3-12 in conference play. Gets them both. They come in 12-16. The Tech women are 18-12. And that is the biggest lead of the game. Out on top by a 7. Late here in quarter number 1. Nybar trying to get free. Forces the shot. Count the basket and the foul.
Good patience when she got stopped. Again, great job of watching him playing off of 2 feet, plays through contact, and gets the and one. You'll note, I think it's interesting about what Tech does is that they take a lot of the concepts that Jeff's always done, like the dribble drive, and they run out of a lot of different things. Like that was what we call a horn set. But it gets the ball on people like Rodemaker, who's a matchup nightmare.
Full court pressure again, the 3-point play. Makes it a 4-point game. Moran with a bump, no whistle. 90 seconds left to be played, quarter number 1. This, the 2025 Frontier Conference Tournament. 3 on the way for the Skylights. That's going to be an air ball for Forner. And Tech back the other way. And nobody is going to pick up Mayer. Wow.
Poor defensive transition defense. Let her get that deep, and she has pretty much any move she wants.
Remember, the lead was 7. Yeah. Now it's 2. Under 60 seconds left to be played here in quarter number 1. Toms. Moran. Long with the 3. How about that rebound? Shortest player on the court. They swing it back out Forner. She's 5'7", got the rebound, another air ball. And now a chance for Tech. A 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead. Mayer swings it out to Rademacher. Mayer. Nybar. Three-pointer is in. What a run. An 8-0 run for Tech. And now Tech leads 20-19. 8 seconds to go. Quarter number 1 from Great Falls. Somebody's got to shoot. And they do not get a shot off. At the end of 1, it's Montana Tech 20, MSU-Northern 19. This, game 1 of the Frontier Conference Tournament.
Hey.
Get off your...
Show off.
Mountain Dew.
Up is where we are headed at the University of Providence. Up with learning.
Up with opportunities.
Up with community.
Up, where we are guided by our faith.
Up with excellence.
With faith guiding your way, it is all up from here. Are you ready to rise up? The University of Providence, connecting people with their potential.
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for, health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example, learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models, you guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
Well, in that first quarter, Montana Tech 8 of 15 from the field, MSU-Northern 6 of 15. The Skylights led 19-12, and then Tech went on an 8-0 run. They lead at the break here, 20-19. 10 minutes on the clock. Second quarter, game 1 of the Frontier Conference Tournament is underway. Carlson, Rademacher, great pass down low to Humphreys.
Great ATO by Coach Graham. Just know the matchup you want, go right to that high-low, and knew they were going to front it, no backside help, and it was a perfect look.
It's been a while since the Skylights have scored.
Well, and if you're, we talked about this a little bit before the game. The 3 games that they played, the second quarter was absolutely brutal to MSU-Northern. Got outscored by an average of 23-8, and those games got out of hand in that situation.
Great offensive rebound and putback, and Crass with a bucket. We got a 1-point game here in Great Falls. Humphreys doubled up on. Back out to Nybar. Rademacher on the dribble drive. From 15, it's in. And Rademacher with 7 points here in the first half.
She's a little bit of a matchup nightmare. We talked to Jeff before the game, Jeff Graham, and he said that, having a post presence for them with Humphreys has been huge, but obviously Rademacher, a little bit of an X factor, the fact that she can stretch the floor, shoot threes, but also his ability to guard someone bigger.
Melton with a great move to get free and knocks down the 3, and that is their 51st 3 on the season. We're tied again, and this is the 4th time we've been tied in this game. And that foul is going to go against Watson.
Interesting matchups. For whatever reason, last couple possessions, Forner, only 5'6", been matched up with the 6-foot Humphreys. Whether it's on a switch or something, but they've been getting these matchups that they really like, and there she's able to get the steal.
This game is tied. 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Game 1 of the conference tournament. Trottier. There's Savannah Toms from Glendive. Power move. And a foul on the rebound. And that's going to go against Montana Tech.
Yeah, it looked like Rodemaker on the rebound. Got a hold of it, just out of position, loses sight. Cardinal Sin didn't box out.
Skylights. Deep three-pointer. Melcher, no. Carlson clears it out. Montana Tech, 18-10 on the season. What a nice three by Rodemacher.
37% on the season. Just a kid that's worked her tail off to get better from high school. High school was not a three-point shooter. Even early in her career wasn't a good three-point shooter.
Toms. Dishes down low. It's tied up. Arrow will stay with the Skylights. Boy, what a battle here. We got a line change.
Yeah.
5 new players will come in for Tech.
And some coaches don't really like this. Jeff's done this forever, but this is just an example of why they can play 5 players. Their defensive effort is just incessant. It's on and on and on and on and on and on. They keep coming at you, and MSU-Northern not nearly as deep as Tech.
Melcher misses a 3. Rebound, Toms right back up. Count it. 1-point game. Savannah Toms comes in averaging 7 points a game on the season. I announced her games at Dotson Community High School in Glendive. And that's going to be a foul against the Skylights.
Another nice job by Tech finding the mismatch. They hunt the mismatch, get the post-up look they want. And that's really, the easiest thing to do is just to find where the other team gives you an advantage, and obviously Tech's doing a good job of that.
Hankwitz, no. Offensive board, then taking away another steal for Melcher.
Meyer, probably one of the better athletes I've ever coached against at Bozeman High.
Big man swings it around to Melcher. On the drive, throws up a prayer, and it goes in. Wow. Think she practices that?
I'll tell you what, done a good job of finishing difficult shots, I guess would be the best way to describe that.
Wangeren's in trouble. Battlebank. Shot clock down to 6. 3-pointers short by Hankwitz. And we're going back the other way. Wow.
Not a great possession by Montana Tech offensively, and because of that, you see quick return with Rodemacher and Humphreys back in the lineup.
The biggest lead for either team, Montana Tech out on top by 7 late in quarter number 1. 5.5 left to be played in this game. In the first half, as the Skylights are out on top by 1 here. Melcher swings it around, big man with the 3. Kelly Haber from West High will push it down, the true freshman. Wangeren's left open. Wow, they didn't pick her up.
Yeah. Transition defense has been a little bit of an issue for MSU-Northern.
And now the Diggers out on top by 1. Moran. Her 3's not going to in. Rebound. Put back. His bad horse. Boy, we go back and forth. Several ties and several lead changes here in game 1 of this Frontier Conference Tournament. Rodemacher dribble drive. Hangs and fires no. And Haber gets undercut, trying to get the rebound. That's going to go against Hallie. We'll take a break. 4.5 to go here in the first half.
Time sure flies when you're having fun. Our lives are made up of working through the day-to-day, supporting the ones we love, and enjoying those special moments that make it all worthwhile. As Montanans, we are resilient, resourceful, and all about preserving our way of life that we are proud to say defines us. At Stockman Bank, our sole focus is serving the people of Montana. We are Montana's brand of banking. We are Stockman Bank.
At Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana, we offer same-day appointments and advanced treatments to help get you back to rolling. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
Well, what a game thus far. 1 point lead for the Skylights. Rocky wins the regular season title for the first time since 2022. They're the number 1 seed. They get a bye. Providence, number 2 seed. They get a bye. Up next, Carroll College and Montana Western. Unfamiliar territory for Carroll to play in day 1 of the Frontier Conference tournament. Humphreys turns and fires. His Bad Horse on the rebound. Skylights with the ball and the lead. Tech won all 3 games during the regular season. Backdoor cut, slapped out, saved. Three-pointer is in for Moran, and she came into the tournament 1 of 17. And look at that bench.
Yeah.
They can't believe she just hit a big 3 in the tournament. Wanderen answers on the other end. Boy, I'll tell you what, Brian, this is exciting.
Yeah, it's up and down. Obviously, not those jitters you expect in a first tournament game, regardless of the level, but Tech's effort has been outstanding. And Northern too. I think one of the things that Northern's figured out the last couple possessions is they can get some stuff off their ball screen stuff, and those last 2 possessions really heavy on a high ball screen, trying to get some downhill action. That led to a 3 last possession, but a turnover there.
The Diggers come in averaging 67, one of 3 Frontier Conference teams, averaging around 67 points a game. That's 10 points better than where they were a year ago. And Humphreys, that's going to count for 2, not 3. But the Diggers have taken the lead. Humphreys, she's got a dozen, and she came in averaging 13. Long 3-point shot. His Bad Bear.
Again, confusion on their ball screen coverage by Montana Tech leads to a really good look from Bad Horse.
Humphreys working hard, and she's going to get 2 free throws here.
Travel.
No. Wow. All right, Coach, you make the call.
I think she probably did travel.
You're just friends with all the officials, and you're not going to go against them.
A few of these guys I recognize, and they do a good job. I think one thing that the Frontier Conference is really, it's actually, I think it's hurt high school games, is that we've got all these really good officials in Montana do so many of these college games now, and with the scheduling, it's hard to overschedule.
2.5 to go. First half. Skylights trying to pull off the upset, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul away from the ball, down low.
Hold on Meyer. Bad Horse had her pinned, and she just basically hooked her. Got that arm around and tried to swim over the top and got called for the foul.
Moran will set up the offense. Wide open. His Bad Bear hit a 3 moments ago. Williamson taken away. Humphrey, she leads the team in steals, assists, scoring. and rebounding this year. Mayer on the drive. Wide open three. Watson, no. She hit 5 in a row. 3-pointers coming in. And now that streak is over. Boy, good-looking shot for Carlson. 5 times, 5 lead changes. And the Diggers pick up a steal. Carlson again, no. Boy, things can happen in a hurry, can't they?
Yeah, and that's the thing with this pressure. It may not seem like it's causing a lot of turnovers, but there it gets one. That's an extra possession. They don't capitalize. But and I think it's just a little bit of that pebble, water on a dam. So every little bit. And you're going to look at the third and fourth quarter, stuff is going to make a difference.
Halftime will be joined by Wes Keller, head coach at Rocky Mountain College, if he remembers. Williamson, the drive, caught in traffic, jump ball, arrow. Will go to Montana Tech. Another line change as Tech puts in 4 players.
Yeah, this is great help. Ball side help defense. Pinch and recovered. One of the dangers with just a little bit extra penetration. Obviously, probably should have stopped, kicked a little bit sooner. Would have been fine.
I don't see Wes. You might be my halftime guest. Carlson. Three-pointer, not going to drop. Rebound Williamson. Several ties, several lead changes in Game 1 of the 2025 Frontier Conference Tournament from Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls. Moran, the layup, count it, and the foul. That was huge.
Well, and the weird anomaly of that stat that it was 23-8 during the second quarter when these teams played the previous times. Obviously, if you're MSU-Northern, you have to be sighing a huge sigh of relief. Actually winning this quarter right now 19-16, but their effort's been great, and I think a little bit of that as a coach, you can solve some of those problems with how you sub and maybe different things you've done. They went small most of that this quarter, and that's definitely helped them to match up with Tech a little bit better.
2 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Hankwitz trying to get it down low. It's taken away. 8 seconds left to be played in the first half. Long will bring it down. She's going to go coast to coast. Her shot is blocked. And there's 0.9 left. 0.9. Well,
not much
Coach,
can
you get a shot off in 0.9?
Not much you can do there. I think that was a little bit of a swallowed whistle maybe because of the contact on Coach Graham thought there was contact, and this looked a little bit the same thing.
It's halftime, and it's the Skylines who lead over the Orediggers 38-36 here at the break.
Montana has one of the highest suicide rates in the United States.
Suicide impacts people of all ages, genders, and ethnicities.
On average, 300 Montanans die each year by suicide.
Our best chance of stopping suicide is to stop the stigma.
It's time to talk openly and honestly about mental health issues.
Together, let's take the pledge to be allies against suicide.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I was attracted to the biology program here at Western, mainly because of the block program. I like the Experience One program, first off because of the small class sizes. I'm able to get to know my classmates really well, and second off because of the professors, getting to know them. And it allows you to be more than just a student in the class. They care about you and they care about what you're doing. After attending Western, I plan to go to the University of Washington School of Medicine, the WWAMI program, and practice rural medicine throughout Montana.
I'm living for my people. I'm dancing for my people. A lot of our kids and a lot of our people do vape and smoke. Especially around here on the res, there's a lot of that negativity. It's really pressured from the things that come from around us. It's very dangerous to your body, and not only to your body, but to yourself and the people around you. Kids are easily influenced by the things that they grow up and they see. And when an adult is doing something like that, they see it as an okay key to go and do it.
Well, the Orediggers shoot 52% in the first half, Brian, and they're behind by 2 at the break, 38-36, up against a team they beat 3 times during the course of the season.
Yeah, I think that second quarter obviously was huge from MSU-Northern. The last 3 games, it was a killer. Got too big of a deficit. They're able to manage that. Did a great job. I think Chris Mount did an amazing job of managing that, managing the emotions, and they made some shots. That's the biggest thing. You got to make shots, and they hit a couple of big threes to keep it close, and were able to take the lead. But Tech is just going to keep coming, and it's going to be interesting to see if that fatigue and that stuff starts to wear in.
And how hard is it to beat the same team 4 times in a season?
Well, we always say it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and I don't think there's a lot of data, so to speak, for beating a team 4 times. It happens every now and then. Obviously, you might see a team, but it's tough. It's obviously tough, and I think the biggest thing you see is that there's no secrets. Obviously, Jeff and Chris know each other very, very well, and everything they do. I talked to a couple coaches coming into this, and everyone will put 1 or 2, 3 wrinkles in just to see if you can try to steal one every now and then. Something you show a lot, and can you find something that works?
We're going to go to the highlights of the first half, and it's been back and forth in the first 20 minutes of this Frontier Conference game. This is the Mountain Dew do-over.
Yeah, obviously for MSU-Northern, I think it's been an effort thing. His bad horse has just got a lot of those points where she comes off of offensive rebounds and things like that. But here, the ball screen, pretty good defense, but it leads to a kick out and a wide open 3.
Tech 4 of 8 on threes. MSU-Northern 6 of 15 on threes this season.
And Tech doesn't take a lot of threes. That's not really in their DNA. They're definitely a downhill dribble drive team, and Northern's the opposite. They're gonna try to get some good looks out of their stuff, and I think the biggest thing is effort. They're getting those inside-out threes off of offensive rebounds, extra possessions, and they're giving up size. I mean, Tech's definitely by position probably a little bit bigger than they are, but they're doing a heck of a job of just basically fight and keep the ball alive, and then you get a transition, you get a kick out, and you get a wide open 3.
Well, it's been exciting. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow. The championship games are set on Tuesday. It's a 2-point lead for MSU-Northern at the break. We'll come back with more right after this.
Are you ready to unleash your awesome? Then you need 8 gig all-fiber internet from TDS. You'll have the powerful internet you need to stream, game, learn, and work today, and be prepared to take on anything new you can dream up tomorrow. Imagine internet you'll never outgrow. Get 8 gig all-fiber internet from TDS and embrace infinite possibility.
When you get to McDonald's and see there's a line, but you're not waiting in it because you ordered ahead in the app and chose curbside before you got here.
Here you go. Thank you. Get up that dance if you want to.
Order ahead in the app to save time. Did you see that? Yep. Looks like rain. Also looks like McDelivery. Order McDelivery in the app.
Wes Keller joins us, our halftime guest. I announced his games when he played in high school, when he played in college, and now you're the head coach at the Rocky Women. I'm still announcing your games.
That just shows to everybody how young and youthful you still are.
Coach, congratulations, 19-9 on the year, 11-4, and the Rocky Women win the Frontier Conference regular season outright. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, Rocky. It's a credit to the kids that we have in our program and the support of the administration and the school and just, happy where we finished. It's hard to do. It's hard to win a conference championship, especially in our league when you got to play everybody 3 times.
And Coach Keller, during the offseason, pulled off the recruiting masterpiece in the Frontier when he got Sydney Deathman, Division I player from Fresno State, from northeastern Montana. Her sister Mackenzie played 4 years at Rocky. You told me a great story when you first started to recruit Sydney.
Yeah, I think Sydney was probably the first person I ever offered in 8th grade when I was over recruiting her sister. I go way back with the Detmans. Actually played college basketball with her dad in Miles City, and then her mom was a okay player at Miles City. She went on to go to Oklahoma, and I think she played in the Final Four or Elite Eight. So the pedigree's definitely there. Great family. Mackenzie and Sydney are both great kids, and I'm excited. Sydney, when she was a junior, I believe, was the last time, 2022, I think, when we got a share of the Frontier Conference Championship. So it's nice to see both of them get a little bit of that championship experience, I guess.
Well, I got a Deathman story as well. Their granddad, Steve Deathman, was a part of that Wolf Point team with John and Willie Weeks and my cousin Bruce Erickson that won the Big 32 state championship. I call it, Wes, the golden years of Montana high school basketball. 6 years A&AA were combined, and 3 times the little school won, Libby, Laurel, and Wolf Point.
Wow, that's amazing. Especially, some of those names, the Weeks. I think I actually coached Wasey Weeks at Miles Community College. And I've heard stories about how great of a player his dad was. And then, Big John is the uncle that was pretty decent. Not a very big guy, though, right?
Yeah, 6'10". Wes Keller, head coach at Rocky Mountain College, also gets to coach one of my all-time favorite players in Gracie Leckvold. She recently scored 1,000 points in her career, and she's one of the smallest players in the conference at 5'5", but she's the second leading rebounder on the team for the second year in a row. How was that possible?
Yeah, she's tough and gritty, and I was telling someone the other day, I really didn't know what I was getting with Gracie. I knew that she was tough and gritty, and little did I know that she'd be starting on a team that would advance to the Elite Eight that year, and she just continued to get better. Defensively, she's always steady for us, and last year she had to pick up offensively, and then the second half of the season she's really started to pick it up on the offensive end, and I've seen her grow. Do we butt heads sometimes? Absolutely we do, but I love the kid, and she's always been a leader by how hard she plays and not whatnot, but these last 12, 13 games, the verbals kind of come into play, and that's really helped us here lately in our little run we're making here.
Wes, is there any chance whoever wins this women's tournament this week has a chance to host a pod?
I would sure hope so. Hopefully they look at, the conference and how well it's done in the past. We had 2 teams in the Final Four last year, one in the national championship, and, it's 6 teams. It's hard. We sit and beat each other up, and we do have a few more losses than some of these teams that play in weaker leagues and whatnot, but, I'll put up any one of our 6 teams against anybody in the first round at a national tournament somewhere. But to answer your question, I think there's 4 left to be handed out. I think we're going to maybe get 1, possibly 2.
You think whoever wins the tournament gets one?
I think they'll get 1, and then I know us and Providence have both put in for bids, and I think Carroll did as well. So there's only 1 bid in the Northwest/West, and that's in Ashland, Oregon, at Southern Oregon so far.
So you get a bye to the semifinals. You're going to have to play a team tomorrow that's coming off a win. Good or bad?
Well, I think you can look at it both ways. If your team comes out and ready to go, it's fine. But if you don't get out of bed on time and just stroll in here and think that we're just going to win because we won the league, that's not going to happen. I had to remind them that this morning at practice. And it's a new season. It's another new season. So we better bring it. And whoever we play, they're going to want to beat us. And obviously we're going to want to take them down as well.
Things will be different next year when the conference expands. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, I think I'm getting a little old for these long bus rides in the winter in North Dakota, but no, it's going to be nice. It's going to be definitely different, the travel side and whatnot, and they're still ironing out a few things about, game times and what days. So we're excited. We're familiar with most of those teams that will be coming into our league, so hopefully it just makes our league stronger.
Coach, I got to ask a question that I ask a lot of women's college coaches when I have the opportunity. We have so many Montana girls on these rosters. You have 10 on your roster. Jeff Graham has 13 on his roster. Carroll, Providence, they all have a lot of Montana kids. 7 Montana kids started in that Final Four game in the semis in the national tournament a year ago. Why is Montana high school basketball so good?
I just think on the girls' side that they're nationally we stack up. I mean, sometimes on the men's side, I think, there's really good athletes in other states. I'm not saying there's not here, but the amount and just going and playing against top tier competition daily, weekly, that it pays off. But women's basketball in Montana, I feel for a long time has been pretty close to how good it is nationally, in my opinion.
I work with the Montana-Wyoming All-Star game for the Midland Roundtable. Every year, all 10 of the girls are going to play college basketball. 4 or 5 are going to go D1. Maybe once every other year, we have a boy going Division I. And that's kind of the way it's been.
Yeah, I just think some of it has to do with, I think, maybe some population. What do we only have a little over 1 million people and whatnot. And, we do have a lot of smaller towns, and so those kids, which is good. I think they play all sports, and I think that is great. But, yeah, when you figure out the answer, put that in your book, because I'm be curious to see what you find out.
All right, Wes, you will play the highest seeded left, the team. Who do you want to play tomorrow in the semis? Or does it really matter?
We're just thankful that we're playing and have an opportunity and go make the most of it.
What do you think of this kid? This has been a great game so far.
Northern's had a couple kids step up, and the Moran, whose sister plays for me, she's had a nice game so far, and the Wass has hit a couple shots. So I expect this one to come down to the wire. Northern's doing a really good job on the offensive glass, so hopefully Tech talked about it and cleaned that up a little bit.
Maybe 3 or 4 overtimes and they'll get wore out
I'll take
when they have to play you tomorrow, right?
I hope so.
So tell me what the Hall of Fame coach, your dad, Steve, who's won more games at the high school and college level combined than any other coach in history, what's he doing these days?
Well, he's coaching that pro team now up here in Great Falls.
I heard that.
And
Is he going to ask you to play in that league?
I'm too old. I could never play there. This guy right here, though, he could definitely do it.
Talking to the officials.
Yeah, we played together in high school.
All right, Wes Keller, thank you for your help. Best of luck.
Yep, thanks.
Here in the tournament. Appreciate it. 38-36 at the break. It is a 2-point lead for the Skylights as we get set for quarter number 3. Rocky Erickson alongside Brian Crosby. And tomorrow the schedule has changed. If you haven't heard, the divisional tournament, the high school tournament that was played this weekend here at Four Seasons, they have 2 challenge games tomorrow. So we're going to go at noon and at 2 o'clock and 7 and 9 o'clock. The question is, can Brian Crosby stay awake and call a game when it's usually his bedtime?
It's definitely my bedtime. I'll maybe take a nap during the challenge games to manage to get through that.
Well, this is going to be exciting as we head to the second half here in Northern, trying to pull off the upset. Great block by Mayer. Defense has been huge here in the first half. Every shot contested.
I think the biggest key in the first half for MSU-Northern was just their ability to get second chances.
And Humphreys 3-second violation. And in that first half, the leading scorers in the game, Rademacher with 10 points, his Bad Bear with 8 points in the first half. Tech shot 52%, and they're behind as Northern went 6 of 15 in the field in that first half. Shot clock down to 6. Loose ball, and Brian Crosby almost had it. It almost knocked over our monitor. You got to remember, Brian, your job the next 2 days, if a player's going to dive on the table, you have to jump in front of the play-by-play man.
Protect you, I will. I will take a charge.
Shot clock violation. That three-pointer is not going to count.
They're going to review it at the media. I don't think it was good, but that's one they're going to have to review. Be interesting. That could be a big turn of events for MSU-Northern.
Why wouldn't they stop the game and review it now?
Well, that's one they can do later. Just keeps the flow of the game.
Hankwitz has a foul from behind, going to go against Forner.
Forner at 5'6", it's an interesting matchup. Obviously they want to go smaller, but she's doing a heck of a job trying fronting it here. She just kind of, again, plays through the body and gets called for the foul.
8.5 to go in the third. Neither team has scored. On the drive, Rademacher again. Boy, what a game she's having. She's over her season average already.
Interesting matchups from Northern. They obviously take the concern with Rademacher. They put a little bit bigger body on her, but she's able to get to the rim pretty easily.
6th time we've been tied in this contest. Game 1 of the Frontier Conference Tournament. Trottier cuts the defense. Boy, is there more than one number 32?
She's been everywhere.
Wow. They are getting it done on both ends in this game. And the Skylights quickly back the other way. Montana Tech won all 3 games against MSU-Northern this season. Skylights won just 3 conference games this year. What's the call there?
Travel. Good job. Tech's defense has been very solid. Obviously you don't want to get those breakdowns where you have to help, but they've done a good job of pinching, helping, trying to get make forced kicks, and there they force a turnover with the travel.
Northern has not scored in the third. Tech with just 2 points here. Rademacher's having a game. Nybar, not a great shot. Skylights want to push it up, and that foul will go against Hankwitz.
Just trying to reach in, trying to get a jump ball. Got a lot of arm. But you'll notice, look where the defensive transition is. It's all inside the circle. Didn't do a very good job of stopping penetration. Foreign gets all the way down deep inside the free throw line.
During the season on January 9th in Butte, Tech won 65-55. January 23rd in Butte, Ordigers won 67-59. Then February 8th, the one game in Havre, Tech came out on top 74-62. And this has been close since the opening tip. Carlson working hard. Nybar with the 3.
Deep free. Go underneath the screen. They get lost, and she's able to knock down the 3.
She comes into the tournament averaging just 5 points a game. Trottier. 3-point bomb for Forner. Both teams hit big threes. And guess what? We're tied again. Tied at 41 here in the third.
There's something different here, in the air and in the attitude. It's the tight-knit community, complemented by bigger thinking and even bigger innovation. It's high-tech labs with sweeping Rocky Mountain views. It's a place where research, innovation, and ideas are matched by an understanding of why it all matters in the first place. Here at Montana Tech, you can realize your potential, fuel your passion, and find your path. Join us.
Montana, a place of rugged beauty, hardworking people, and endless opportunities. And for over 100 years, Opportunity Bank has been here. As a Montana bank with a legacy of stability and service, we understand what it takes to build a future in this place you call home. So if you're looking for a bank that's as Montana as you are, come to Opportunity Bank of Montana. Of Montana, by Montanans since 1922. Member FDIC.
Well, during that timeout, they checked the monitor to see if it was a 3 or a 2. And, Brian, what was decided?
Well, I'm looking at the score, so I'm guessing nothing. So, yeah, it was
No
it was a
change.
shot clock violation.
That's what it was, yeah.
Right there at the end. And, you know, it's interesting. I mean, obviously with instant replay, you want to make sure you get things right. And that could be a huge play and a huge bucket. So it keeps the score the same. No harm, no foul.
This has been one exciting game to tip off the conference tournament. Carlson is short. Skylights, boy, they hustle up the court each and every time. Trottier. Foreigner trying to get free of Rademacher. She's had a great game. What a shot. Carlson. No, that's...
It's bad horse, but Foreigner, excellent job of drawing help and then finding the open player.
Double team. Humphreys still gets the shot off, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Hadley Humphreys.
Foreigner, again, at only 5'6", gives up a good 6 inches to Humphreys. She's drawn the assignment to guard her, and she's done an unbelievable job on the best post player that Tech has.
Lights with a chance to increase their lead. They led by as many as 7 in the first quarter. And the Diggers came back and made 8 straight. Player down and no whistle. And it's going to be Tech basketball. Wow, they're letting them play, Brian.
Yeah, the ball on top. It's lots of people on the ground, but it's going to be physical. You got really great athletes on both sides, and that sounds cliche, but it is. And you have to kind of find that let them play, but not let them play.
Getting free is Carlson. Couldn't get the layup, though. Trottier will push it back. Lights up, too. They got the ball. High-low. His bad bear almost lost it. Trottier with the 3. Another offensive rebound. And his bad bear to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's just right. It's been right place, right time. Just very savvy. Her length obviously gives some advantage, but this is a rebound that Wanigan looks like she has a hand on, and the ball bounces right to his bad horse and leads to an easy foul.
4:57 to go in the third. Our scoreboard sponsor, Opportunity Bank of Montana, a Montana-born full-service community bank with locations throughout the state, offering a range of banking, lending, mortgage, and agriculture banking services for over 100 years. They've been a Montana community financial institution committed to providing strong financial futures for Montanans. Opportunity Bank, member FDIC. Would also like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, Yakima, and University of Providence stream, and the Frontier Conference stream as well. We're happy to have you enjoying this game with us, Rocky Erickson, alongside Brian Crosby, the world's greatest color commentator.
Well, you and my mom are the only two people probably think that. It's been pretty interesting, the game, to be honest with you. I think that MSU-Northern, the effort has been outstanding, and I think that's the biggest thing and probably any coach would ask for, is just that ability to have some fight and some grit.
Kansas Bad Bear at the free throw line here. We have not had a lot of free throws in this game.
No, it's been pretty quote-unquote clean, but
and that is the second biggest lead, a 4-point lead for the Skylights. Wangerin lost her dribble. What a basket by Nybar.
Yeah, the thing with how Tech plays, it's wave, 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 and now it gets that time where it's like, okay, who's your hot hand? And Nybar has had a great start to the game.
Here's Banhorst with an excellent drive to get free and did not get the finish. A 2 to tie. A 3 to take the lead for the Orediggers. Carlson takes it all the way down, and her pass gets kicked out by Hallie Haber. Williamson will check in for the Skylights.
That's right there. I just saw a little interaction. Carlson's just struggling, and you can just see it on her body language. And Jeff subs her out, and first thing he does is builds her up. Doesn't chew her butt or anything. Just says, "Hey, you're going to be fine." And that's smart. He's going to need her, and she provides some things for them offensively that they need, which is getting downhill.
Cartier couldn't get the three, but an offensive rebound by Williamson. Under 4 to go in the third. Williamson gets it tied up. Long with the three. That's not going to count. And a travel before the shot. And Chris Mote's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Ike Jesse with the demonstration. She jump stops.
She did travel.
Yeah.
Boy, 2 or 3 points are pretty critical in a game like this.
That could be an interesting possession. That makes it a two possession game if they count that.
Nybar fouled. Free throws coming for her.
And Nybar's ability to get to the rim is pretty impressive. She's not going to stop till she gets there, and the upper body strength that she has. But just a simple shot fake and drive, and the defense is pretty good, but she's able to corral it and go up through contact.
Nybar, an 81% free throw shooter. That Northern student body is huge.
Yeah. And they switch
They're
sides.
Loud.
Yeah, they switch sides. Must be no classes tomorrow.
We're tied again. The 9th tie of the game. We're tied at 45. You win, you stay alive. To the semis, you lose, and your season has come to an end. 3:20 left to be played in the third quarter. Jump ball, arrow to Tech. Tech 9-6 in the conference, 18-10. Chris Mote in his 20th season. Boy, you don't want to get teed up here.
Yeah, and Ike Jesse, one of the better officials, actually did the national championship game for the women last year. Representing the Frontier Conference officials, does a good job, but doesn't put up with a lot.
Hankwitz on the inside, bounces about 4 times and drops in.
That's something that Tech went away from, is trying to get inside with their post-ups.
Trottier for the tie, no. Brian, Tech has made more substitutions. They put in 4 or 5 players. They're probably going to wear the Skylights out like in the second half here.
I think that's their plan. I mean, they do a great job. Northern's played 9 girls, but it's a different type of playing 9, for sure.
Humphreys has scored again. Humphreys, 9 points in the game, 13 for Nybar, and 12 for Rademacher. Nybar with 13. She came into the game averaging 5. And there's Nybar again. Oh, my. She's having a career day on a big stage. Round one of the Frontier Conference Tournament. And it's a 7-point lead, and it's tea time at Four Seasons Arena. Mo got teed up.
Yeah, and I think he thinks that last 3, same thing that happened down here, the footwork. He let him go for a little bit, and that's what he's Ike Jesse again gonna basically let him go, and
well, this is huge.
Chris earned the tee, yeah, but that's been a huge transition, a huge run based on that. But sometimes coaches want to get tees, and maybe this is one where he sees that momentum starting to shift a little bit.
Hadley Humphreys gets the first one, 10 points in the game. Leads her team in steals, assists, rebounds, and scoring. And now it was tied at 45, and now it is a 9-point lead. 54-45 with 1:53 left to be played. It's Tech out on top. A 9-0 run for the Orediggers, and off the technical, they're going to get the ball back here. Wow. We'll see what kind of a coach Jeff Graham is if he can recruit his daughter, Cagness. Freshman is one of the top scorers in AA for Butte. Loose ball slapped out of bounds. It's going to be Northern basketball. His daughter, Cagness, is the only 8th grader, or the first 8th grader, to ever play AA basketball.
Well, they called an offensive foul on that one. It looked like it was a hold, but I guess they get Humphreys on the hook maybe. That's a big foul. That's her 4th.
Full court pressure, Diggers. They lead by 9, trying to do something that's not easy. Beat the same team 4 times in a single season. Long. Williamson on the drive. Shot clock down to 3, and Long to the free throw line for a couple here from Walla Walla Community College.
MSU-Northern's kind of taken a little bit of the recipe for MSU-Northern. They've got a little dribble drive the last couple of possessions, and where Tech did a good job in the first half of closing those driving lanes. They've kind of opened up a little bit, and they've left us some opportunities. And I think that it's such a cat and mouse game, especially at this point. Like you talked about, playing somebody 4 times, there's no secrets anymore. So you just have to kind of find that wrinkle that's going to give you an advantage, and you have to ride it as long as you can.
That was Mackenzie Long, just her 4th missed free throw all season. It's an 8-point game. Nybar with a drive. Boy, no whistle.
No.
Skylights. Moran, what a pass on the inside. Parse gets it to go. I think she should have used glass.
That was a big turn of events. That's basically a 4-point swing. You got a pretty easy look.
Wangerin, and there was a whistle before the shot. Another offensive foul against Montana Tech.
On the screen, it looked like. Off the ball. Usually that's a roll, like on a pick and roll where they'll try to bury somebody and you leave a little early and you don't allow that freedom of movement for the defensive player.
Boy, no lead is safe, is it?
No, not with a 3-point shot, and especially the way the MSU-Northern shot it today. And the second chance points, they've gotten so many opportunities. But it'll be interesting with the foul trouble from Tech versus just the wear and tear of playing against this wave of pressure.
Melcher, Moran. She has a sister that plays at Rocky. Moran the drive, no. And out of bounds was Mayer when the ball hit her.
It's been about the 3rd possession if you're Montana Tech where you've had a stop, had a chance at a defensive rebound, and instead of just grabbing it, you're trying to knock it off. they're going to check on, I wonder if this is a shot clock. Oh, no, positioning. But, yeah, but you got to get those defensive rebounds. You got to crowd them. You got to end possessions.
Long lead to Long. Skylights with the ball. They're down 6. Late in the third. Crossover. What a block by Carlson. 8 seconds to go. Rademacher, the layup, no. 2 seconds left. Moran at the buzzer, it counts if it goes, no. At the end of 3, it's Tech 54, Skylights 48. Back with more right after this.
There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who love Taco John's and those who haven't tried us yet. We're a destination for excitement, where your wildest cravings and our wildest creations meet in crispy, melty, zesty harmony. Sirloin steak, homemade pico de gallo, and our taco shells are fried fresh every day. At Taco John's, every visit is a chance to go bigger, live bolder, and eat better. And once you get a taste, there's no going back. A bolder option is here. Taco John's.
Scrap metal for cash? Come visit us at Central Montana's leader in recycling, steel, etc. in Great Falls. Our center processes steel, stainless steel, aluminum, copper, brass, and lead. And we pay cash for scrap based on weight. We also accept batteries, electric motors, paper, cardboard, and more. And our roll-off containers are available for any scrap projects you have. We even buy and recycle junk cars. Trade your scrap for cash. Visit us at steeletc.com or call us at 761-4848.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Four Seasons Arena. Start of the fourth quarter where the Montana Tech Lady Ore Diggers with a 54-48 lead over MSU-Northern. I'm Brian Crosby with Rocky Erickson. Been an outstanding first game of the Frontier Conference Tournament as these two teams, meeting for the 4th time this year, Montana Tech leads that series 3-0.
Fourth quarter of basketball is underway here.
Quick timeout out.
Boy, I'll say.
Yeah, you don't want to, really don't want to take that one if you can avoid it if you're MSU Northern.
I'd like to thank our Frontier Conference sponsors for their following support. They include Logan Health, Cooper Tire, Tire-Rama, D.A. Davidson, Erk Hotels, McDonald's, Northwestern Energy, Pepsi, and First Interstate Bank. Nine minutes and 45 seconds left to be played in the first game of the 2025 Frontier Conference Tournament. 6-point lead for Montana Tech, the number 4 seed. Northern's the number 5 seed. Up next, the 3rd-seeded Saints of Carroll College up against number 6, Montana Western, and there's MSU Northern student body.
You know, it's kind of I think a cool thing about the Frontier Conference being in a central location. It's allowed for, see some student bodies, and you're not just having a home court, home crowd thing. I know a lot of spring breaks are starting this time of year, but I think it just makes a better environment and a better atmosphere for everybody.
Moran, Foreigner on the drive. Foreigner, what a move down low. That was spectacular.
Filthy move.
Backdoor cut. 3-point bomb. Hankwitz, no. Wanting and trying to keep it alive, almost taken away. Skylights on the save. Count the basket. His Bad Bear. It's a 2-point game. The lead was 9 for Tech. And now it's 2. Wow, what a game.
follow pizza drivers and make sure their customers get a Pepsi.
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
That's the perfect combo.
Hey, get off your... Show off. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew.
Well, you know what's going to happen here, Brian? This is going to be 3 or 4 overtimes because we have 4 games in a row, and this one's going to go for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, big shot, Rodemaker, and she is really having a nice game here. She's got a dozen.
Big substitution after that timeout by Coach Graham, going back with Humphreys with 4 fouls. Felt like momentum was going away, had to get his best post player into the game.
Savannah Toms, the senior from Glendive, Forner. Great pass, his bad bear, not a great shot. Every possession is so big here in the fourth with so much on the line. You win, you advance to the semis, you lose, your season comes to an end. And there's the team leader, Rademacher. Hankwitz with the 3. Oh, my!
Good patience from Rademacher. She got deep, kept her pivot, didn't panic, finds a wide open teammate for a wide open 3.
Hankwitz her second 3. And the lead for Tech to 7. Player down. Offensive charge against Forner. Brian, we have seen a lot of offensive calls in this game.
Yeah, it's a lot of drives, maybe just a little bit too deep. Good position, just can't stop yourself sometimes when you get that deep. You want to try to make the best play, but that's what's so important to play off of 2 feet. Stop, make a play out of that.
A lot of game left here in round 1. Wangaren. Rademacher tries to drive on Toms. Mayer. Boy, they left her wide open.
Yeah. And honestly, not a great shooter from 3, but yeah, you're that open, you should make it.
And the blocking foul is going to go against Tech. This is the largest lead for the team. Northern led by 9 in the first half, and now Montana Tech up by 9. And how big are free throws here?
Huge both ways, and great job by Tech of managing that storm and then getting back to 9. And it's the thing. It's like you said, there's a lot of basketball left, and I think that one of the things that with a 30-second shot clock, the number of possessions that you're going to have down the stretch are huge, and it comes down to stops. If you're Montana and MSU-Northern, you got to think stop, score, stop, extend the game as much as you can.
Trotter gets them both. I just noticed Graham doesn't even have a seat over there. He's been standing or kneeling the entire game, and that foul's going to go against Melcher.
I think if he had one, he wouldn't even use it if he had one. Wasted possession there from Tech. Leads to transition.
On the drive, no. We got free throws coming.
And Forner just no defensive transition, gets deep and is able to get to the free throw line. I've been impressed with her today, just drawing the assignment of usually guarding Humphreys on the defensive end and then having to do so much offensively.
And Forner gets that one to go. The lead is 6 for the Diggers. 6:42 left to be played in this one. Forner, second shot, it's in. And here comes that full court pressure. Put on by the Skylights. Mayer, Humphreys. Mayer. Carlson inside the paint. Mayer tried to get the rebound. And they're going to give that one to Tech. Six and a half to go in a 5-point game here. Humphreys. 3-point shot. Wonger and no, and they battle for the rebound. And that's going to be Skylight's ball. Every possession. Huge down the stretch. 6:14 to go.
You talked a little while. Carlson went off a little disappointed. First thing Coach Graham does, give her a little bit of love, and he knows he's going to have to go back with her. And she definitely provides some energy and some effort. Probably their best on-ball defender. You kind of need her in the game and need her plugged in. And I just have a feeling she's going to make a play here before it's all said and done.
Almost taken away. Off the glass and in. And Hanses has scored again. We've got a 3-point game. Under 6 to go.
Leading scorer, and she hasn't really done anything, just spectacular. Everything's just been solid offensive rebounds, always in the right spot, just real heady, smart play.
Rademacher looking down low. Shot clock at 7. Wongeren. Put back. Humphreys, no. Boy, they're letting him play. That was physical.
That was very physical in that possession. I thought probably could have got one there. Wongeren is so strong. I mean, just probably absorbs the contact so the officials don't think it's anything.
Ooh. Melcher, 3, no. Big rebound for Mayer. We're at the midway mark of this fourth quarter. Wongeren gets it slapped out. Tech will keep. And here's that line change again. 4, 5, 3 players coming at a time. I'm not even a hockey fan either, by the way.
Well, but you'll notice the one that's always in is Rademacher and Humphreys if you can. He's, obviously you got to ride with a hot hand.
Hankwitz. Oh, it hangs on the rim and doesn't drop. How did that not go in?
And then just kind of a silly foul after that, trying to knock the ball free, make some extra contact.
Full court pressure. Tech, 4:44 to go. A 3, we would be tied again for the 10th time this afternoon. Trottier. But we had some buzzer beaters a year ago as well in this tournament. Forner gets to the baseline, left-handed.
Wow, that's a heck of a play. Try to get him on a set play with a back door. Again, when you play somebody this many times, you kind of know it's going to come, and Tech did a good job of defending that, but that was all Forner just basically making a one-on-one play late in the clock, going to her left hand.
The lead is 1. Tech, the lead in the ball. Under 4 minutes to go. Long 3-point shot missed by Rademacher. Jump ball, arrow to Tech. Wongeren back in the game for the Orediggers.
Nice play by Neibauer there. She's kind of been their little spark plug off the bench. Keeps the possession alive. It's a huge thing. Those jump balls can be huge.
Inbounds, Rademacher. Neibauer. Well, she thought about a deep 3. Takes it all the way in. No. Trying to get the rebound. And the officials, like, I have no idea whose ball it is. They're going to call a jump.
Well, I think Tom Donnelly comes in and overrules it. Be interested in taking a little look at this. Both players going out simultaneously. I don't even know the rule on this one, to be honest with you. But again, extra possession for Montana Tech.
And timeout, Tech. Wow. 61-60. Diggers by 1. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to be played in regulation. Brian Crosby sitting over here waiting for 3 or 4 overtimes.
I don't speak it into existence. This has been an amazing couple of possessions for Montana Tech, just keeping it alive, and they've managed to have like a couple possessions here, so it's pretty good. So,
okay, Opportunity Bank is our scoreboard sponsor, a Montana-born full-service community bank with locations throughout the state, offering a range of banking, lending, mortgage, and agriculture banking services for over 100 years. They've been a Montana community financial institution. A 1-point game. What a run. Off the glass. Wasson. Pressure again.
Taking advantage of those extra possessions.
How about that steal for Humphreys?
Good help side defense. Saw the force coming in, and Northern trying to go to their hot hand, his bad horse, and a great defensive effort from Humphreys.
Wongeren. Nybar has had a career game. No. Humphreys. Yes.
It's been interesting. I think they've missed Humphreys the last couple of possessions. She's got, more foreign behind her, and she just they haven't looked for her. And there she goes and gets her own, gets an offensive rebound.
Forner. Crass. Forner to make it a 2-point game. Oh, my. Forner's got a dozen.
Yeah, and
she came into the tournament averaging 5.
Yeah, had a great game, but
an
offensive rebound.
Got to call that.
Yeah, you do. And again, that's where the size disadvantage definitely hurts for him. I'm guessing by how they reacted on that last possession that she's not a threat defensively, but here, just the hook on the follow, and one you got to call.
Humphreys, a 77% free throw shooter. She's got 14. Rademacher's got 14. Nybar's got 16. And it stays a 1-possession game.
Oh, nice
Great pass down low. That was huge. Kars.
Forner she's gassed, but a heck of an effort.
Wongeren. Under 2 to go in a 1-point game. Game 1 of the Frontier Conference Tournament. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Humphreys turns and fires. Brick. And the Skylights have a chance to take the lead. They lost 3 times this season to Tech. His bad horse, Forner, takes it behind her back, and the foul. And that is going to be number 4 on the Orediggers, 3 on the Skylights. That definitely a foul.
Yeah.
Somebody's season's going to come to an end.
Yeah, it's
sad. The way they played, both teams. Wow! Help the basket. And the foul.
Great baseline out of bounds play call.
Kansas, his bad horse, with the bucket and an opportunity for a 3-point play.
I guarantee you that's one of those wrinkles that we coaches talk about, where they probably have done the same thing all year, just knowing on that one opportunity we got a chance to run something that's going to get us a bucket, and Big three-point play.
And now it's the Skylights out on top. They went 3-12 on the Frontier. They're a minute 26 from going into the semis. Trottier fouled from behind. That's going to be number 4 on the Skylights. Both teams are in the bonus now. A minute 20 left to be played. And the Skylights out on top by 2. You win, you're in the semis. Tech on the inbounds.
Oh.
Rademacher lost it. A huge steal. Foreigner, coast to coast. The lead is 4.
Unbelievable job.
And Four Seasons Arena is off the hook here. What a steal. And a basket. Caitlin Foreigner from Wyoming.
That's a scout steal, knowing tendency and what they want to do and what they like to do, and just jumps in that driving lane. You know, Rodemaker has a chance to go and she scores.
Our Game of the Week sponsors brought to you by Quit Now, Montana. My Life, My Quit, Opportunity Bank, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew.
Be an interesting possession out of this timeout if you're Montana Tech. And the other thing is, you know, with the way the women's game is, you look at timeouts being gold because they allow for advancement, especially in close games, to half court. So Montana Tech, I would say, desperate need of a bucket here. Probably your best play that you have. You need to run it.
You know, it's sad somebody's got to lose a game like this.
Yeah.
Wongeren. Humphreys. Wongeren. Offensive rebound. And Rademacher's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line, an 84% free throw shooter.
Yeah, just a great job on the offensive glass. Got a look that you wanted from Wongeren, but late and long transition, the help comes late and long, and that allows Rodemaker to get to the board. A chance to, I mean, at least it's going to be a one-possession game if she can make one.
Rademacher started every game this season.
Plenty of time if you're Montana Tech. You don't have to foul.
To make it a 2-point game. Full court pressure. Foreigner with a dangerous pass. She'll bring it up and across the timeline. Picked up by Mayer. And a timeout, Chris Mode. 42 seconds left to be played in the regulation. Who knows? We could have overtime. We could have double overtime.
Yeah. At this time, quick reset. If I'm, 19 seconds, you got to defend without fouling if you're Montana Tech. Don't want to send them to the free throw line. I think the biggest thing is that, you have to definitely find a way to manage this possession.
I'd like to thank our network affiliates for today's game. SWX, Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, Yakima, on the University of Providence stream and the Frontier Conference stream, Rocky Erickson. Next to Brian Crosby. Two-point lead, Skylights with the ball, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Foreigner all the way in. No. Rebound. Controlled by Tech. Lost it. The layup. That was huge by Trottier. And that may be the game winner. Trottier comes up with an unbelievable steal.
Boy, you defended that possession as well as you wanted. Carlson gets the rebound. Tries to dribble out. ball gets deflected and it just bounces right back.
Bounce right to her.
Yeah, and that's a heartbreaker for Montana Tech. You did everything right on that possession. You defended it well. Got the stop, got the rebound, and now you're 4 points down.
And what did Coach Jeff Graham tell us before the game? He said, guys, I don't know how to beat the same team 4 times in the same season. It's almost impossible, and it's hard.
It is hard, and and I think one thing you can't account for is the effort from MSU-Northern, especially someone like Thorne, who Corner's had an unbelievable game. Kind of I wouldn't say even someone on the radar for a factor. She's drawn the assignment of guarding the leading scorer, someone she gives up 6 inches to, and then she not only that, she helps up with a huge steal here a couple possessions ago.
Tech down 4.
Out of timeouts too, so this is going to be interesting. They got to definitely get a score and a turnover.
Don't really need a 3, just need a field goal.
Yeah.
Humphreys goes up strong. Boy, if that would have went in, that could have been a 3-point play.
Yeah.
So Humphreys to the free throw line, a 77% free throw shooter on the season. She's got 14, and she's 3 of 4 in this game.
And I think that Thorne fouls out on that play, but just you can't say enough good things about her effort and her performance today.
A junior from Blackfoot, Idaho. Hadley gets the first one to go. Well, you make this, you're going to have to foul Northern. It's going to come down to a free throw contest. Well, how many timeouts do they have?
Well, that's a smart play by Jeff to substitute in there to basically give you a chance. Chris has 1. Northern has 1 timeout left. Obviously out. You see this alignment a lot, where it basically almost like a football alignment.
Don't get the steal.
Got a jump ball.
Jump ball, that's huge. But arrow
stays with Northern. Yeah.
Arrow to the skylights. Both teams in the bonus. The arrow now will be pointed to Montana Tech. 15 seconds to go. Skylights out on top by 2. If Tech does not get the steal right away, they're going to be forced to foul. And we've seen about everything.
Yeah.
Long will check back in. Oh, you got 4 players back. Karsh, you got a foul. Williamson, they're trying to get the steal. There's the foul. And Williamson to the free throw line, a 66% free throw shooter. She makes them both. It's game over, and the Skylights pull off the upset. She makes 1 of the 2. Well, the Diggers are still alive.
Yeah, it's...
If this one goes in, Brian,
yeah, I think
this place is going to get really loud again. Yeah. This to put the Skylights up by 4.
Never a doubt.
Layerton back the other way, 3-pointer, and
still
3.2 seconds left. And there's the foul, 2.4 left. Are you kidding me?
Yes. Plenty of time if you're Tech. Make or miss.
Northern came into the game averaging just 59 points a contest, and they've scored 74.
Yeah, and that's a big 3. You don't want to foul. You don't want to give up anything easy, and Lonergan hits a big 3.
Boy, free throws.
Yeah.
Big here. Trotter. This one really is for the game.
Now do you foul if you're MSU-Northern is the trick here.
At the buzzer for the tie, no. And the Skylights pull off the upset. What a game, 76-73, the final score.
Follow pizza drivers. Make sure the customers get a Pepsi.
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
That's the perfect combo.
Hey, get off your... Show off. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew.
And we're back. What a game. This is unbelievable. It was Montana Tech up at the end of 1, 20-19 at the break. Skylights led 38-36. Tech led 54-48 into the fourth. And the Skylights snap an 11-game losing streak. And they come out big, and they advance to the semifinals. 19 points for Kansas, his Bad Bear. And that young lady, the leading scorer on the team, is going to be our player of the game in game one of this Frontier Conference tournament.
She was efficient, 7 of 9 from the field. Didn't do anything spectacular. You know, she basically found a way to kind of get some offensive rebounds and things like that. Just really, and honestly, if I'm Chris Mowat, I'm like, that's an effort win. You guys played harder than you did in the previous games, and that just shows it's funny. Basketball's a funny game. The team shows up, plays hard, ball bounces their way a few times, and that was the thing too. There was I noticed there's a stat in the NCAA called luck factor, and I would be curious if they could figure out the luck factor for today's game, because it felt like every loose ball bounced towards MSU-Northern, and that was a big thing. There was an end of the possession, so it happened. So take a look at the play of the game, and it's this here right at the end. There's a loose ball. Ball just again bounces right back to MSU-Northern, and
Trottier.
Yeah.
The ball just came to her, and Trottier was able to make the layup, and that play right there put the Skylights up by 4, and that was huge. What a huge win for MSU-Northern. This is a team that they only won 3 conference games all year, and now they're in the semifinals.
Yeah, great job by Chris Mowat, one of the deans of the Frontier Conference. The old master definitely gets the win today.
76-73, Skylights come out on top.
Time sure flies when you're having fun. Our lives are made up of working through the day-to-day, supporting the ones we love, and enjoying those special moments that make it all worthwhile. As Montanans, we are resilient, resourceful, and all about preserving our way of life that we are proud to say defines us. At Stockman Bank, our sole focus is serving the people of Montana. We are Montana's brand of banking. We are Stockman Bank.
At Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana, we offer same-day appointments and advanced treatments to help get you back to rolling. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
Who will the Skylights play in the semifinals? That is yet to be determined. If Montana Western wins, they'll play Rocky, and if Carroll wins, then MSU-Northern will play the University of Providence.
Yeah, I can't go back to the effort, the energy and everything. It was just a great game. Great start for hopefully which is going to be an outstanding tournament. It's exciting. 1 down, a lot to go.
What an exciting game. Game 1 in the books. MSU-Northern pulls out the upset, and they get by Montana Tech 76-73.
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for, health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example. Set the example. Learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models. You guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
What is the power of a Northern degree? It is the power to teach and the power to heal. It is the power to feed and the power to fuel. It is the power to choose your career and the power to rise to the top. That is the power of a Northern degree, and that power is in your hands.